Alrighty, everyone. Mesomat back here with another video for y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching this. I did not post a video here on YT or here on TikTok yesterday at all due to the fact that I was taking Sunday off. There wasn't much going on, so I think the video from Saturday kind of trickled into what was happening yesterday. We do have a little bit of severe weather to talk about today, slight severe weather. Other than that, guys, we're going to continue to talk about the same exact pattern. We're going to be talking about heat, general thunderstorms for much of the United States. There is a potential severe weather could start to ramp back up as we get into the end of this week and into next week for the first week of August. So we'll talk more about that here in just a minute, more of the long-term pattern range. But as far as significant severe weather goes down the road here for the next couple of days, really not going to be looking at much of anything. It's going to be a lot of heat, general convection that we see with daytime heating events, and then we'll talk more about what's going to be happening later on. So we'll go ahead and talk about what's happening first for today. Really quickly as well, guys, if you guys will do me a favor, make sure you like the video, share this out to one person, and comment if you have any questions or anything you would like to discuss in the chat. We will always do that for you guys. I do want to come over here to eastern North Carolina and eastern Virginia, where we do have a marginal risk for tornadoes. Today, there is a 2% tornado risk. There's also a wind and a hail threat with this today. This is a level 1 risk out of 5. We could see a spin-up tornado or two from Salisbury, Virginia, all the way down here to parts of Greenville, Kitty Hawk, Virginia Beach, Raleigh, North Carolina, Jacksonville Beach area there. Be mindful of that. This is a 2% tornado risk, which means there's a 2% chance of seeing a tornado within the 25-mile radius of a given point. We've also got a wind threat today as well, 5% in that maroon, and then we also have a hail threat as well. No, we don't have a hail threat, just a wind and a tornado risk today. And you can kind of see those general thunderstorms already popping up, isolated showers all over the board today, but some of these that do get stronger could have a little bit of spin there in the atmosphere, and we'll, if we get any warnings, we might hop on stream for that. We'll just kind of see what happens with that. Back over here into parts of, let's go back here to our day 1 forecast. Go back here into parts of eastern California, southern parts of Nevada, and western Arizona here, where we've had monsoon season going. We've had a couple severe weather risks here over the last couple of days, a couple wind events, hail risk, maybe even a potential spin-up tornado risk that happened a couple days ago. This is going to be wind and hail driven today. This is a marginal risk of severe weather along Interstate 10, Interstate 40 here, south of Las Vegas, Nevada, into parts of Yuma, New Mexico, Arizona here. Be mindful of that west of Flagstaff there. If you're anywhere in this marginal shaded area, there's a chance of general thunderstorms producing wind or hail today. All across the board, though, you can really see a lot of heavy rainfall falling potentially here into parts of Texas. We need the rain in these areas. We're getting that rain. We have a little bit of a disturbance that's set up off the coast here that could be putting in lots of rainfall for much of the Gulf states, and that is good. We need the rain. Last year at this point, we were in a drought, so that having the rain flipped around from what we had last year is something that's good, that we need, that's ongoing. General thunderstorms, like I said, across the board in Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida getting a lot of rain as well. Got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings down here for wind and hail that's daytime heat driven. But other than that, guys, if we go and we look at our day 1 through 8 forecast, today is the only day of severe weather that we have as of right now. Other than that, we are going to be talking mainly about just the heat, the general thunderstorms, and then, the tropics are even quiet right now. We're expecting the tropics to start to potentially ramp back up in the Atlantic Ocean here in the next couple of weeks again, once we get all that Saharan dust off of the African coastline. Once we get some of these bigger jet streak patterns that are sitting out over the open waters, eventually they will start to wane away, and we will start to transition into more of a rapid increase in tropical development as we get towards the August month. Now, if we are looking at the forecast for today, we can look at the general thunderstorms and the severe weather setup for today in the eastern Carolinas and Virginia area. You can see general thunderstorms popping up here, severe weather possibly popping up over the next couple of hours. We can see a couple areas with some spin, maybe a couple tornado spin ups here, but it's not going to be anything ridiculously crazy. A lot of rain falling in western North Carolina. Back at home where I am at, could be looking at some heavy rainfall areas, 2 to 3 inch rainfall totals per hour, and some thunderstorms. And then you can see clustered areas over through the overnight hours tonight into parts of Virginia and North Carolina and into parts of Tennessee as well. So be mindful of that. Just across the board here, we've got more rain falling in parts of the Northeast Pennsylvania. Be mindful, heavy rainfall, general thunderstorms up there. Wind and hail could be an isolated threat as well. And then just across the board, guys, like I said, general thunderstorms from much of the United States, Louisiana, Texas getting into their share, Austin, Dallas. So we're getting a lot of rain in a lot of areas that need it, which is a really, really good thing. I do want to go ahead and pop up the long range forecast for you guys. This is one thing we're going to talk about. What does our jet stream look like? What are we going to be looking like going forward with our jet stream? And you can actually see there is a little bit of a disturbance in the trough here. You can see the little buckles that develop here within the jet stream. These typically can produce marginal severe weather days, kind of like what we're having over here in parts of the Carolinas and into Virginia. You can see we've got a low off the coast of California way down here in the West Pacific. That's a potential tropical system that is trying to develop, and that's going to work its way far west. Far west, and we're not going to be seeing any issues with the United States with that. But there is a little bit of a disturbance down here in the parts of Texas and the Gulf states. That's what we're watching as well. But the overall dip in the jet stream, nothing crazy. We're not really looking at anything majorly severe. Now, as we go into parts of the later week, There is a chance we see a low that develops up here in Canada. This is a positively tilted trough. You can see that jet streak swinging. You got another jet streak that's attached to it down here into parts of the Carolinas again. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some type of severe weather in the Ohio, Mid-Atlantic, or Northeast as we go into Wednesday through Friday this week. So we'll be watching out for that. If that does get posted, we will talk more about that. But it's really going to be more of, once again, the heat ongoing over here in the monsoon season ongoing over here into parts of the West Pacific and into parts of the Four Corners. You can see a strong low develops on Thursday up here into parts of the West Pacific. Seattle getting a lot of rain up there. You can see that divot in the jet stream, and then it goes all the way down on the other side here into the Northeast into your Thursday and Friday. Very, very much general thunderstorm conversation is going to be the biggest thing. If you're anywhere in the United States, I think there's going to be a chance every single day you see a chance of a thunderstorm for the next couple of days, even as we go into the August pattern as well. But as we go into Friday and Saturday, you see that strong low up over Canada. We get another low that potentially develops over the Kansas, Oklahoma area that could send a small little shortwave trough ejection up here into the Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley on your Saturday and Sunday. We'll watch this maybe for a marginal or slight risk of severe weather potentially, but nothing crazy. As we go into the first official week of August, last weekend of July, this coming up weekend, and into that first official week of August, it looks to be we could start to set up a more active severe weather pattern again. When we start to see these zonal jet streams, these divots in the jet stream that go up and over a ridge in the Four Corners, and then you get a pretty strong trough ejection or moderate trough ejection that sets up in the northern and central plains. This is where we start to see those MCS, mesoconvective scale system setups again. We start to see the potential derecho setups again. We start to see just severe weather with wind and hail, maybe a couple tornadoes driven again for the central, northern plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley. So be mindful as we make this transition, guys, into the end of July and first official week of August. We might start to activate severe weather again. So enjoy this week where there's not a lot of severe weather going on. Take it into consideration. I'm taking into consideration the fact that we don't have to stream a lot. It's giving me a break to kind of calm down a little bit, get ready for school for my fall semester. On that note as well, guys, for that fall semester, I will be starting school on August 19th. I will only be live streaming weather events with enhanced risk or higher days, unless it is a tornado-driven slight day. So with that meaning, I'm taking 5 classes this semester. We're trying to get my bachelor's degree knocked out as quick as possible, so I'm taking as many classes as I can. So like I said, the live streams will not be as much once we hit that August 19th mark, but I will be posting and uploading 2 videos here on TikTok per day and on YT every day, just to give you guys updated information on what happens with the weather. Like I said, as we go into that first week of August, we're really going to start to see a different jet streak pattern here. We could even see a couple tropical systems down over in the West Pacific, but this is going to enter a very active period, I think, for severe weather in the Ohio Valley and Midwest and Northern Plains as we start that first week of August. So it looks to be very, very busy again, potentially as we go into that first week of August, and then that'll continue through much of August. High pressure ridge over in the Four Corners, the West Pacific, and then a strong setup for severe weather again, where you get those clash of temperature inversions over in the eastern half of the United States. So we'll talk more about this as we get into parts of next week, or into this week here, into this week and into the weekend. But other than that, guys, I don't have much to talk about. If you guys have any questions in the comment section, feel free to leave those. If you have any requests on video comments or anything y'all would like to maybe to mention in the videos over the next couple of days as well, make sure you mention that. But other than that, guys, be safe, be weather aware, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.